There's a sentence that shattered the dreams of millions. I don't feel like it. And there's another that propelled 1% to surpass limits. I don't feel like it, but I'll do it anyway. This is discipline, the inner strength to tackle tasks you'd rather avoid. This is a quality without which you can never be successful no matter how much knowledge, skills or network you have. It is impossible to take action consistently without discipline. But why is it so difficult to bring self-discipline within yourself? It happens with all of us that we see people who work hard for 75. We think that enough is enough. Now I will also do something big for everyone. But then what happens? In a week, the wind blows away. The author of the book, Power of Self-Discipline, Peter Hollins, says that we are not able to be self-disciplined because of 5 reasons. There is a common theme in these 5 reasons which, if you understand, you will be able to create unbreakable self-discipline. The first is giving into the 5 senses to satisfy our 5 senses. We waste our whole life. If you are addicted to eating sweets and someone puts a cake in front of you, then your self-discipline breaks there because you like its taste and smell very much. But once you eat it, your senses get satisfied. Then you start feeling disgusted by yourself and you think that from today onwards, I will never eat sweets. Most people are not able to control their senses. That's why they are not disciplined. The second is animosity and malice. There are some people who don't do anything themselves, but those who are doing something definitely take out their shortcomings. Sometimes this happens with all of us, but when you have jealousy or enmity with someone, these emotions are so strong that they destroy all your self-discipline. The next is apathy and laziness. If you have seen a lion or tiger, then you will notice that most of the time they are just studying. They hunt or roam when they need it. Otherwise, they sleep for the rest of the time. We humans are also like these animals naturally. Our body wants to save energy. Being lazy is a big reason that you are not able to be self-disciplined. The next is anxiety and remorse. Many times we have anxiety about the future. For example, there is a girl who wants to become a doctor. Whenever she sits to study, she has anxiety, and there is a thought in her mind that even after studying so much, will I be selected or not? Or she may feel sad that I wasted so many days. What difference will it make if I study now? This anxiety, self-discipline, is a killer. And the last is hesitation, disbelief and uncertainty. If you lack belief, then it is very difficult to bring discipline. You may feel that what is the benefit of going to the gym if I can't maintain it in the long term, or starting an online business is very risky. I won't be able to do it. If you think like this, then obviously you won't get discipline. So the root cause of these 5 reasons are only 2 forces, 2 such powers which are running your life since childhood, and that is pain and pleasure. If you understand these, then you can become disciplined. Either we do some work to avoid pain or to get pleasure. We work to avoid the pain of being poor. We look at Instagram for the pleasure of seeing funny memes or attractive people. But the rule of the world is that the thing which is pleasurable in the short term, it ruins your life, like gambling, junk food, porn, etc. And the thing which is painful in the short term, it fulfills all your dreams in the long term, like making a business, going to the gym, or studying. Now if you are listening carefully, then now you will see. If you are listening carefully, then you will understand the secret of self-discipline. Using this pain and pleasure cycle, we can make ourselves disciplined. If you see disciplined people's biographies or interviews, then you will notice that they always tell how they used to work hard to avoid poverty, or there was a painful abuse in their childhood with which they wanted to run. So if a disciplined person, for example Joko Willink, who is a Navy SEAL, if he doesn't wake up at 4 in the morning because this is against their identity, similarly, some other person also thinks that if he doesn't work or doesn't push himself, then he will remain hungry, so he has to work hard. The problem comes to normal middle-class people who have food or a house but want to do something else in life but just doesn't feel like working. So to solve this problem, I will give you a simple exercise. Take a paper and make 2 columns. What pain will you be able to avoid and what pleasure will you be able to get? For example, If you want to do an online business, then if you are disciplined about this, then what pain will you be able to avoid? You won't have a boss, you won't have to face traffic, you won't have to listen to the nonsense of coworkers. Now you think, what pleasure will you get? You will be able to travel the world, you will be able to buy expensive gifts for yourself, for your family, you will have freedom in life. The more you increase this pain in your mind, the more you focus on it, the more disciplined you will be. It will be easy for you. The same pleasure you will get, you will be able to focus on it. So maybe you want to start working immediately. You will have to make this list to be not disciplined. What pain are you avoiding? For example, you don't have to use your brain because you are not working. People won't be able to make fun of you because you are not doing anything. And what pleasure will you get for being not disciplined? That you will get more time for Reels and YouTube, or you will get more time to sleep. Now in this list, the less you can reduce pain and pleasure, the less you have to do that. Think that taking out time for Reels and YouTube is also a pleasure, or is it so painful to make fun of people that I don't achieve my goals? I made a list for myself, but I changed one more thing. I became 10 times more powerful. You first choose a task in which you have to be disciplined and then somehow do this work. You can do anything. Then after doing that, you read these two lists and feel pain and pleasure in full detail with imagination. By doing this, you reinforce in your brain the same pleasure and pain, which helps you to make this habit more automatic. One more thing that you should always keep in mind is your discipline style. According to the author, there are two types of discipline style: moderation and abstinence. There are some people who can keep their behavior in balance easily. For example, there are some people who will take one bite of cake and leave it. Maybe they smoke once a month, or they party a little. And there are some people who take one bite of cake, then they have to finish the whole cake, or they are extreme party. You can easily become a chain smoker. Till now you must have known that what type of person you are. On this basis you should plan your habits. If you choose wrong here, then you will fail again and you will not be disciplined. This is important. If you are a moderation person and accept the challenge of 75 heart, then you will go crazy and most likely you will not be able to complete. You should do things to develop your discipline and keep a balance. But if you are abstinent, then 75 heart will not be that difficult for you, because it is easier for you to accept that you don't have to do anything compared to something you have to do. Do let me know in the comments, how is your discipline style? Personally, abstinence suits me the most. Now I want to tell you one more powerful way to increase self-discipline, and that is to change your time orientation. According to Stanford professor Phil Zimbardo, there are three types of time orientation: past, present and future. Those who are past oriented, they say, I never go to the gym, I always make mistakes, now I am old. Such people never become self-disciplined because they never think about what to do tomorrow. Whatever is going on will continue. They don't take action. Then there are present-oriented people. They think more about the present moment. There are two types of people in this. First are hedonists, who want to explore all the possibilities of the present. They take risks first and think about the consequences later. They are people with YOLO mentality. Second are fatalists, who don't like their present, but they don't have any other choice. They feel that they won't be able to change their future. The common thing in these two is that they go towards instant gratification, like cigarettes, alcohol, gambling, adventure, etc. But these people are not able to become self-disciplined because instant gratification is the opposite of discipline. We should keep our time orientation towards the future. They are people who are not defined by their past or present. They look ahead towards their future. They figure out what actions they can take now to go towards their ideal future. These people practice delayed gratification. Now I will give you an exercise which will make you a master of self-discipline. I got this exercise from a Healthy Gamer Drive. Who took this exercise from Upanishad. The main idea is that discipline is like an emotion. When you are not disciplined, you have doubts, like we discussed in the first point. The opposite of doubt is resolve, which is called sankalp. Resolve is also a feeling like happiness or sadness. The more you can recognize this feeling and increase it, the more your discipline will increase. You have to decide when you feel the resolve. If you have a craving for chocolate and you decide that you will not eat chocolate, then notice how it feels. This is the feeling which is behind discipline. Next practice is to increase this resolve, that you have to choose something which is medium difficult for you to give up. For example, if you have smoking addiction, then it will be very difficult to quit. Choose something simple to start, like I will not eat biscuits for 3 months. I will not eat biscuits. This thing should be of medium difficulty, not very easy. not very difficult. Then every morning you have to remember your resolve, and as much as possible you have to flow that feeling. Your resolve will be like a fire inside you which you have to fuel daily. The more you practice this exercise, you will notice slowly. As you engage in this exercise, you'll become familiar with discipline and resolve. Through repetition, you'll grasp the sensation of determination, enhancing your discipline over time. Give this exercise a try, it's potent. If you enjoyed this video, please share your thoughts and recommend new book ideas.